Hey guys, today we're back with another Versus review. And today on the channel we'll be doing the 13-inch 7.62 by 39 Galil versus the AK-47 Z-Pal by Zastava. Stay tuned for this one. Alright guys, we're back. Once again today we're going to be doing the Versus review on the 13-inch 7.62 by 39 Galil Gen 2 by IWI versus the Z-Pal by Zastava 7.62 by 39 AK-47 or AKM, whichever way you want to say it, but pretty much AK variant. So let's go ahead and check and make sure these guns are unloaded. Magazine is empty, as you can see. This is empty as well. Click. We'll set it down. Magazine empty. That is empty as well. Click. All right. So with these versus reviews, you kind of have to pick and choose what battles you're wanting to fight. With these, I'm trying to figure out what the best ones to talk about because they are very similar. And the differences between them, most of them can be changed per different model of Z-Pal or anything else. The biggest differences, though, with these guns will be, number one, the type of charging system on them. This one right here is the left-hand side charging system, as you can see, versus the normal AK-47 right-hand side charging system. This barrel is a cold hammer forged, if I'm not mistaken. I know it is free-floated barrel, so you're going to be seeing a lot better accurate shots out of this gun, which I did see that today. And out of your AK-47, you have the Bolstronium, which is a chrome-lined barrel as well. And very accurate gun any way it goes, but I did see better accuracy out of the Galil today. That being said, the biggest reason, well, I'll tell you this story right here, and I kind of explained this in my product review first review of this one right here. I've had the Zastava now for over a year, probably a year and a half, and it's probably the nicest AK made on the market besides an Arsenal. Arsenal's running about $1,800. The Z-Pal will still run you right now about $1,100 to $1,000. But whenever it comes to quality and everything else, it's there. But the main reason why I first was like, hey, I might be in a new market for a gun that shoots an AK-47 bullet, which is 7.62 by 39, because one thing I love about a modern firearm is modularity. That meaning if I wanted to throw iron sights on it, I can. If I wanted to throw a light on it, I can, and I did. Same thing for the iron sights and a few other things. I looked into a few different types of firearms. I went through all the Arsenal products. Didn't really see one that matched my liking there. Went through one that's called M&M, M plus M or M and M, I'm not sure. Actually requested one, never heard back from them, so there's that with that. But, you know, I kept on looking around, and somebody said, hey, won't you check out the Galils? So that's what I done. Checked out the 13-inch and the 16-inch. The 13-inch is one I ended up buying just because the 7.62 by 39 bullet really doesn't change much whenever you add 3 more inches to the end of it, but it does make it a little bit easier to, I guess you would say, go around corners and everything. You know, just easier to manipulate with the 13-inch barrel than a full-length 16-inch whenever you're not getting that velocity and everything that you would expect out of having a longer barrel. But the 7.62 by 39 is almost perfect in a 13-inch barrel, and you don't get much better the further off you go. So that's why I ended up picking the 13-inch instead of the 16-inch. But this was the gun that met what I was looking for, that I was missing out of a normal AK, that being a full pick rail, full M-lock forend that you can put anything pretty much anywhere on this gun from the 6.9 and pretty much three position, and plus you also have the quad rail here on top. and you have places where you can put optics, you can put a red dot, you can put pretty much anything you want to on this. And whenever you take off the top of this to clean it off, you slide it back in, you're going to keep your 0, or that's what they say. With the Z-Pap AK-47, you have pretty much what's normally on an AK-47 besides the chrome line barrel, which is a plus, and you have the bulge trunnion, which makes it a little bit more powerful and with able to stand more rounds than a normal AK can. So that being said, you can put M-lock all over the fore end of this gun, the foregrip of it, and you can get what I've got out of this one, but this one doesn't have the free-floated barrel, so it's not going to be as accurate. You don't have a rail system here on the top of it. You can mount a rail using the rail system here on the side. It will come up and come up over top of the top of it here, and you will be seeing over your sights, but you won't be able to use backup iron sights. Plus, too, as well, whenever you have sights as close as this, you don't get as near accurate sight as if it was further apart. The closer your sights are, the less accurate your shot is going to be versus if they was further apart, such as on here. As you can see, if I can pick up both these guns at the same time, there is a tad bit of difference or distance between these, which has also too taken consideration this is a 16-inch barrel versus the 13-inch. But even at 13 inches of difference, you still have at least 2 to 3 inches of longer sight picture with the Galil. Plus, you can throw on a red dot, EO-Tech, aim point, anything else you want on this, and don't have to really change much around or have to use a rail system or anything like that. Which there's nothing wrong with a rail system. It's been proven to work, and a lot of people do like it, don't get me wrong. But I'm just not one for wanting to get all that stuff done and then having to take it off. You have to actually take the rail off of the gun and do all that. And then whenever you're putting it back on, you might not have the same 0 as well. I've seen that. But the main differences in these guns are very, very small similarities apiece. And this, the Galil will run you about $1,800. And to me, is it worth the extra $600 to get the Galil over this one? In my mind, for what I want, it is, because this is what I was looking for. I love my Z-Pap, don't get me wrong, and it is a beautiful firearm, probably a better looking firearm than the Galil. But for what I want and for what I would rather had, and if you are in the same situation I'm in, I'd rather have the Galil, and that's what I ended up getting. Plus, too, as well, I've always trained with an AR. The reason I got an AK is just because of how cheap the ammunition was at one point to get. I mean, you could buy a box of 7.62 but 39 and 20 round boxes for like $4, and you could, I mean, pretty much shoot all day. It was cheaper, almost as cheap as buying a 9mm. And that's why I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get me an AK, and that's what I done. And I love it. Don't get me wrong, my dad still loves it and everything else. But whenever it comes to which gun suited me better, it was the Galil. The Galil also has a tad bit less of recoil to it versus the AK here. Not much, but just a tad bit. Plus, too, I'm going to be putting a compensator on the end of it, so it's going to get even better than what it is to begin with. But for what it is and for what matched me better, it was the Galil, and that's why I picked it. And more than likely, if my buddy don't end up buying this one, I'll still keep it. But the Galil just matched me better than the AK system. I like the side charging handle as well, better on the Galil than the Russian type of method with the AK, where you have to either take over and swipe either way, or come over top and swipe, or take and rack up, which I was trained to always keep your right hand on the grip and not ever let go of it, and to manipulate the gun with your left hand. But it doesn't really matter, don't get me wrong. The AK is a platform that's been around for multiple years and will still be around. The AK platform has probably killed more men than any other platform known to man, and it will probably stay like that for a while. There's something going on with these mags, because earlier today I found out that with the metal mags, if you hard insert them into the Galil, they will not feed into it. And for these right here, the the Magpul mags, whenever you put them in, they're sometimes tight. Like this one right here is very, very tight on this gun, which is fine. Doesn't have any wobble at all, actually. But I can get it back out of here. As you can see, just a very, very tight fit versus this one right here. But that's besides the point. I just like the system better with the Galil than I do the AK. Like I said, the AK has been around since probably the late 40s, mid 40s, something like that, and will be around for probably 100 more years because we're still fighting people with this right here right now. And the Galil has been around since the 70s, late 70s if I'm not mistaken, maybe mid 70s. And it's a very well proven system, and actually more reliable than the AK from a lot of different tests that's been done recently. But it just fit me better than the AK did. So guys, I hope I cleared up a little bit of the differences between it. I know I'm kind of wishy-washy in between them, but it's because both of them are such great platforms. But which one did I like better and which one suited me better was a Galil, which you might be different. The AK might suit you better. But to me, for my wants and what I wanted out of the firearm, the Galil was what I would rather have picked than the AK. But guys, I appreciate y'all viewing. If you have any questions or comments on this video, leave them in the comment section below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Appreciate y'all viewing as always. Like and subscribe for more gun reviews. I'll see y'all in the next video.